Okay, let's talk about how we can check if a value is an integer without number.isInteger, and then what are all these things in math of JavaScript. Okay, I'm console.logging number.isInteger. 5.3 divided by itself is an integer, we get true. Okay, how can we copy this functionality in our own code? But before that, let's talk about a few concepts that exist in JavaScript math, but not in real math. 1 divided by 0 gives you infinity. 0 divided by 0 gives you NaN. Negative whatever divided by 0 gives you negative infinity. Now, positive and negative infinity doesn't really exist, but it has to exist in JavaScript, okay? Because JavaScript needs to be able to do calculus. It needs to be able to take limits, to do derivatives and integrals, right? As a matter of fact, when you call number.isInteger, it's actually running or calculating a limit, and it's using an integral internally, okay? All right, so now knowing that, how can we check if something is an integer? Well, there's actually a shortcut. What if we just do return num.toString, because remember everything has a toString method, dot includes. So if it includes a dot, right, it's not going to be an integer. So we're going to return false. And else we're going to return true. Okay, so now instead of number.isInteger, let's call our own isInteger. And we get true for 5.3. What about for 5? We get true, 1.2, false, 1.2 plus 0.8, which should be 2. Yep, it gives us true. But what about for 1 over 0? It should be false, but it's giving us true. What about 0 over 0? True also. That's because when you try to do, let's say if you have infinity, and then you do .toString, right? It just converts that string into a string, right? And this string does not have a dot, so it thinks that it's an integer. So how can we check for that? Well, first let's check for 0 divided by 0. How do we check for NaN? Well, the most modern way is to do object.is, and then object.is was created to compare crazy things like NaN. So we're going to compare NaN to num. So if this is truthy, we're just going to return not a number. See, so right now 0 divided by 0, we get not a number. Okay, so how do we check for infinity? Well, we can check if num is greater than number.maxValue. Okay, number.maxValue is like 9 quadrillion or something. So if any number is bigger than this static number, JavaScript would treat it as infinity or big int. Okay, so if our number is greater than that, then it's not really a number because it's infinity. Okay, so right now if we check 1 divided by 0, we still get not a number. Cool. But did you know there's a different way? How do we check for, let's say, NaN without using object.is? Well, you can even do num.toString, and that we're going to check if it's strictly equal to NaN. Because yes, even NaN has toString. If we do 0 by 0, we still get not a number. But did you know you can also call the global method is finite? No. Okay, so if something is not finite, then that means it's not a number. So 0 divided by 0, NaN, it's not finite. Infinity is also not finite. So this check will work for both of them. Okay. Now, also our return statement, instead of doing a ternary, we can just do return the opposite of includes for a dot, right? So let's test this. 5, true. 5.1, false. 5.1 divided by itself, true. Cool, right?